Good morning, everybody. I'm Mike. Do I really got to start again and I just started? Damn, that sucks. 9 seconds in and we already messed up. Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up. Good morning, everybody. So excited for my first day of actual work with the new store. I'm hoping that everything's going to go smoothly. Transition should be about 2 weeks. Because I don't want to go in there and start bossing anybody around. That makes no sense. That's not even my style. So I want to go in and learn more than anything. And I know that I have a time scale or a time frame that I want to begin action. So let's just use this first 2 weeks to learn and gain insight into this store, because I know that the management team that's there right now is a good succession management team. So I'm feeling comfortable moving into that store. I know that there will be some ups and downs, struggles, but that comes with any store, and it doesn't necessarily have to be management. It could be anybody, and it could be everybody. It could be anything. It could be the environment. We don't know, so that's why we got to take certain times to learn before you start implementing action. I mean, of course, there's going to be immediate things that need to be addressed if you see them on the spot. However, for you going forward and anybody else going forward from a management perspective, you always want to have a timeline. Give yourself a timeline, because you can't go in there and just start barking orders. It's not going to get anybody to buy in. It's going to think that people are going to start to think that, you know, that's what you're there for. You're the mole, you know. So I actually just got, I want to say 30 minutes of extra time, because I didn't have to drive so far to work. I'm like going to be there in 5 minutes. So on my way to work, let's go. That's a horrible way to end it, huh? Fuck it. Let's go. It's a blue jay. I just saw it fly over. Can you hear it still? How flippin' cool is that? Tell me why my grandmother's house has always been the kick-it spot of all the birds, the hawks, everything that's in Chula Vista. My grandma's home to it. For whatever reason, they land and eat her cactus, or they'll land in her pomegranate trees and feast on pomegranates that we can't reach on the top. I'm talking about, like, that is the essence of what life is all about, right? She blossoms what is to her fruitation, right? The plants and all the good stuff, right? And then all of the other rewards of that come. The birds singing in the background all day. I'm here on my lunch, and this is what I get to enjoy. While some people get to go spend... It's just amazing to me. But some people have to go spend 15-20 minutes at the taco shop, the Subway, the fast food places, McDonald's, Burger Kings. They go spend 15 minutes to go eat somewhere, and I have the opportunity and luxury to come home and bask in the bird noises, clean air. It is very, very good to be where I'm at right now, to me. As part of my development, I've been successioned to a store that is 2 minutes away from my house. Talk about flipping perfect. It'll take me 5 minutes to get home on my hour lunch, and that means that I have a total of 40 to 45 minutes to hang out, and then another 5 minutes to drive back, and I still got plenty of time in between. So I am feeling it. I am good to go. So happy and satisfied that I get to relax on my lunch, and I don't even have to spend any money no more, because I could just go ahead and chill. I was actually looking at my G7X, and I think I got some overspray from yesterday's graffiti, so I want to see if I can try to get that out. Maybe I'll go to that camera store and see what they have, or what they suggest for a lens cleaner, so I could try to get that fixed. Or, you know what? I think I have a free service. Let's check it out. Good evening, everybody. And it's about 10:30 at night right now. I didn't really get a chance to vlog. Today was my very first day at work. I did have an opportunity to have an intro to a video that I had an idea for, except I came home on my lunch just to get a feel for how every day could potentially be like. And I'm not even joking, like I have probably about 45 minutes of at home time. That's what I'll call it, like prison, right? At home time, because it really only takes me like 7 minutes to get to work max with all the red lights. Let's just call it what it is, 10 minutes maybe. But I think I learned a lot at work today from the opposite standpoint, and what it's going to be like to actually have to battle through having the opposition with the upper hand, or culture that is beaten and not necessarily enlightened to a positive mindset and encouraging one another's. And it's good from a leadership standpoint and from my own standpoint to realize that not every situation is going to have me in favor. There's going to be times where it's going to seem like there's going to be nothing that's going to go on my side, and there's going to be no end or no light at the end of the tunnel. And you can't be afraid of those moments. You have to stand for what you believe in. And I know that at some point I could potentially ruffle feathers, but I can't be afraid of that, because I have to be me and I have to be a leader. And great leaders will always overshadow weak leaders, and that could potentially scare somebody. And it's not my fault, and it's not my intention to do so. I could only be great, or I could only be the best I can be. I don't know how to settle to accommodate certain individuals. And that is your mindset as well. You should feel like that. You should never have to buckle down the greatness just so that you could accommodate somebody who's struggling or somebody who's not good at something. Instead, they should be receptive to the feedback or to the learning experience, just like I will be, and try to take in everything that I can. Everything that we do, or everything that we've talked about up to this point, is going to be a challenge for me to implement in my life, in my day-to-day going forward, because I find myself hearing a lot more opposite viewpoints from what I believe. And I know that having been in a successful store, having been in successful environments, every leader has their own way to obtain success, and I am not always going to believe in that way. But if they're just able to allow individuals to try it their way, be open-minded, you're able to coexist and work together towards the same goal. I just want to have my due justice and be able to promote the styles of teaching and ideologies that I have for myself in the process, like in the store process, just like they have their own, and everybody has their own, and we're all entitled to that feeling, or into that to that idea of how we want to run the store. However, I mean, it all boils down to one thing: it's not my store. And the other thing it boils down to is that I can't be discouraged. I should be positive every day. I should encourage the people around me every day. And I should, not like Moses, but I should definitely be somebody who's going to uplift the store culture beyond a point of what it used to be and make it great. I have a lot of things to look forward to going into a new environment. And I want you to really, really feel the way that I feel right now. But I know that it's impossible unless you were in that store with me, or unless you've been a part of what I've been a part of, or seen or observed the things that I've observed and grown in the same time frame and in the same situations that I have. However, the best way to explain it is that the test of what I'm talking about and what I've been talking about the past 2 months are really going to come to terms in the next coming weeks, and you'll be able to see and I'll be able to feel if it's all working or if it is really going to break through and have an impact in certain areas, even when all the odds are against you. And no matter what, at the end of the day, I know that people believe in me, and people know and understand that I have great knowledge of the business, great knowledge of and self-awareness of my competencies and my growth plan. And that's the reason why they pulled the trigger to put me in that store. So, with all else being said, everything that we're going to do from here on forward is going to be consistent. We are not going to make excuses, and we're going to work our asses off until we get to what we want and where we want to go. That has to be our goal, because there's always going to be opposition. There's always going to be people that don't have the same viewpoint, and it's not in our best interest to bend or to modify our style, ourself, to accommodate somebody else. Just remember that and let that sink in, because that is one of the things that will help you to be successful. Being yourself. The true essence of being yourself, is doing what you do best and exemplifying that behavior all the time. I love you because of who you are, and that is the truth. And that is exactly how you should be as well. And you should feel the same way about people. You should allow them to be themselves, so that you're able to determine the characteristics or traits of that person that you admire most. It takes that understanding and that patience to really, really be humble, and to really, really have a retrospect of life and take it all in. It won't always be easy, guys, but everything that we're going to do from this point on is going to be about being consistent. We're 60 days in now. If you've had the opportunity to watch all of my videos, think about that for a second. Think about the fact that I started this channel 60 days ago, and we are here now, muscling through with knowledge, power, and a plan that cannot be stopped. Let's work.